Hey, class. Greetings, class. Greetings, class. Y'all good, babe? You can hear it. You can't even. I was listening to the thing the other day. You can't even hear it. What up, Roundup family? Roundup family. What's going down? Roundup family. We're here to pour into you. I'm getting ready to pour into you. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna pour into you tonight. You know what? I gotta show you. I gotta pour into my kids too. I can't pour into you without pouring into my kids too. I gotta pour into my children too. I don't know why this does this. I need to get some better. I hear the thing working now, babe. It's spinning real good. It's spinning real good. You can cut it back up, babe. I don't care. Spinning real good, princess. Hey, class. Good Friday evening. I got my coffee. I'm gonna get you straight tonight. I'm gonna get you straight. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get you straight tonight. Got my coffee. We can get time for everybody to get here tonight. Good evening. Great evening, class. Great evening. Yes, I love it. We want to get the financial literacy up before I get into my training tonight, and before I even, this is a preface. I can't pour into you without pouring into my kids, right? So my daughter's like, Daddy, if you buy the house for 50, can you sell it for? Why do you sell it for 900,000? If you buy it for 50,000, why do you sell it for 900,000? And I had to do a quick lesson, and I hope to help you too. Show business is hot. You can turn it up, baby. I'm good. If I had to show her, explain her value, right? Value. If I'm buying the house for 50,000, that's the as is value. That's what I'm paying for it, right? The house is 50,000. But the value that I bring to the table, which is where I show up, I'm doing the repairs 50,000. Now I got 100,000 in it. I spent 50,000 to make it 100. So now I'm in it for 100,000, but I'm selling it. The after repair value, I'm trying to help her understand that the house is worth more once I fix it up. The after repair, the market. So I'm trying to explain to her that the market value, remember the market is bigger than you, it's bigger than me, it's bigger than everybody. The market doesn't matter if this house, some markets, this same house might be worth 80. Some markets, this same house might be worth 200,000. So the market value, as I was explaining to Taylor. Did you get that lesson, Taylor? Did you get it? Yeah. Lord, I gotta pour into my kids too. So if it's worth 150, I sell it for that, and I owe 100, then my profit is 50. But I had to break it down to her. Those numbers were too big. I had to break it down to her for $150. So we got that. Just wanted to show you that one. I gotta pour into my kids. Pour into my kids. Class, good evening. Great Friday evening to you. My name is Chris Haskins. I am a full-time real estate entrepreneur. My mission statement, my ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing. I've been in this business since 2004. I've seen a lot of come, seen a lot of go, seen people leave this country, screwing people up, screwing people over. I have seen people lose big money. I have seen people go to jail for mortgage fraud, bank fraud. I've seen it. You asked me. I've seen it. Good God. Yes, somebody asked me last week, I knew Troy Titus before he got 30 years in jail. Hey, subscribe to my channel. Please like the content. Give me a thumbs up so we can get raise the optimization for our live streams. So we can bring this information. I don't want to take this information I was reading the other day. What I pour into myself ends with me, but what I pour into you goes throughout the universe. So I got to pour as much stuff out, serve as much as I can. I'm just a servant. So today we're talking about land trust. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you, good God, I don't know if I should do this. I'm going to give you my full land trust document packet. If you get it, matter of fact, there's going to be 3, 2. If you download the doc pack while live during the broadcast today, you get a tremendous discount if you just download it, and I will email it to you. You're going to get all the documents to set up your own land trust. And let me preface this by saying, I am not an attorney. I am not an accountant. This is not legal or any type of professional advice. This is for informational purposes only. This is the stuff that I do every day. And feel free to hire your own attorney. Makes you sleep better at night. Everybody's calmed down here. So what I'd like to do is, if you want to come on and bring a question class, what we're going to do is bring you on live. If you've got a, hey, Jackie, what's up? Beezer, you with me? Holler if you're with me. Derek, Renee, hey, good evening, good evening. You guys are ready for me to pour into you, I hope. If you have a question, I'm going to attempt to bring you on if you have a Gmail account after I get done with the training for land trust here. Why do we want to have our houses out of our names? Lost my page here. Let me get my page back. My Barron's book. You got to get your Barron's book. Make sure you have one of these books so you can know definitions to stuff. I lost my page messing with this dog. Trust. Let me read the definition of what Barron's has for a land trust. A trust is an arrangement whereby a piece of property, what we're doing is transferred to a trusted third party by way of the trustee, a grantor, the trustor, the person putting it into the process, by a grantor, the person putting it into the trust. The trustee holds the property for the benefit of the beneficiary. Let me repeat that. An arrangement whereby the property is transferred to a trusted third party, transferring it over. That's going to go to the trustee by a grantor. That will be you selling it, the seller. So the trustee is receiving it as a grantee. Grantor is the person giving it over. The trustee holds property for the benefit of the beneficiary. For the benefit, the beneficiary is the person that benefits from this trust. So if you got questions, make sure you either put them in here, or put the questions in the chat, or if you have something you want to discuss, plop it in there on your Gmail, and I'll bring you in. We'll do a live, what do we call it, the deal structuring discussion together. What book? If you want to download the doc e-packet, my full land trust e-packet, my doc packet, it's in the description below. Just go right down. I put the link to get it in the description below at the very bottom. So you can get all the documents to set up your own trust. I don't care. You can have your attorney look at it. I'm here sharing, I'm giving it away. I'm gonna let you, because I want you. Matter of fact, the reason this came about yesterday, I had a conversation with my boy, if D, you're around from up in Detroit, had a conversation with a coaching client. He said, Chris, I need to get my house out of my name. I said, yes, you do. Well, first of all, he asked me, a lot of my coaching clients ask me, turn it up, baby, they can't hear it. They say, do I need to get my owner occupant house out of my name? And I kind of let them answer their own question. I'm like, listen, yes, you need to have, we don't own anything in our name. You don't want to own even your owner occupant in your name. Don't, because what happens is a creditor or some creditor, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I had another coaching client. The reason we don't want, pull up my notes. The reason we don't want houses in our name, because what happened to one of my coaching clients, he got a he got sued. Somebody sued him for some work he did, and he lost the case, and they came after him with a $15,000 judgment in his name. They recorded this judgment down at the courthouse. Now, whenever he goes to sell anything, that judgment is attached to his name. The reason we don't want to have anything in our name, because if we go out there, something happens, somebody trips or we get into a car accident, we should have insurance to cover us for that anyway. But just in case, you don't want a 6 or 7 figure asset in your name. I mean, it makes no sense for you to do that. So after tonight, get your house out of your name. Land trust has 3 parts. 3 parts. All right. Land trust has 3 parts. And but then before I get into this, I want you to repeat after me. If you're watching right now, I'm going to reach right in through to your living room or on your phone. Repeat after me. This is simple. This is simple. The only reason it appears to be hard, repeat after me. This is simple. The only reason it appears to be hard is because I do not know enough about it. This is simple. The only reason it appears to be hard is because I do not know enough about it. I asked my 5-year-old the other day, what was 4 times 4? She said, Dad, 4 times 4 is 8. I then asked my 10-year-old daughter, Taylor, what is 4 times 4? She goes, 16. I mean, why are you asking me that? My point is, it all depends what's hard and easy, what you know about. If you know about something, then it's easy. Just like I studied land trust for 9 years now. It comes easy to me just because I've studied it for so long. But before I learned about it, it was extremely hard. So where's your level of awareness? Where's your level of expertise? Let's raise that tonight. Okay, 3 parts to a land trust. The first part, okay. Well, how can I break this down? Yeah, so we got that. It's easy. The first part is going to be, let's do this. I'll break it down like this. Let's just do it real easy. Here's your trust document, right? Trust document. Well, I'll say trust agreement. The first part to a setting up a land trust, and the reason we want to have land trust, guys, is because we want to get the property out of our name. Land trust is nothing but a way to own title to a piece of property. Please, I need you to one more time repeat after me. A land trust is nothing but a way to own real estate, to take title to a piece of property, period. So we've got our trust agreement right here, right? 3 parts. Let me erase this. I love it. Oh man, I get excited when I start talking about my trust. Oh my goodness. Hey Beezer, thank you. I'm working for free. I'm out here working. Thank you, Beezer. Any love offerings will be greatly appreciated. And I'll bring it. Beezer, if you got something you want to talk about, I'm gonna bring you in so we can bring you in live. If you got a Gmail account, I'll bring you on in. Trust agreement. The first part is going to be a trust agreement. That's number 1. The trust agreement is where the trust itself owns the property. All right. So we're going to put the house inside of the trust. How do we do that? We just create the trust and we put the address of the property. We put the address of the property on the trust. And I'm going to be bringing you in from time to time. You can see my trust agreement. Let's go ahead and do that. I love it. This is my channel. I get to do whatever I want to do. If I want to show you a land trust, I can do that. All right, so let me show you. Here's what the land trust looks like. I'm going to show you a copy of mine so you'll see exactly what it looks like. I'm even going to break it down, show you the different parts of the trust. All right, so here's one of my trusts here. Here's your blank trust. All right, here's your land trust. How do we know this trust is for whatever property you want? At the very end, you've got Exhibit A. See if I can pull that up some. Exhibit A is property address. All right, so that's what we use for That's how we know that each trust is for this particular property. So the house goes into the land trust agreement. The trust owns the house. You don't. Number two, part to a land trust. And I hope you get, if you don't get this the first time, you can rewind it over and over again. All right. So the trust agreement. Second part is going to be your trustee. Your trustee. The trustee, right? The trustee is nothing but an employee. You can say the trustee is the employee. The trustee is the person out there getting all the bullets. They're taking all the bullets and the arrows in front of you. I'm the beneficiary. I've got my trustee right out in front. The trustee goes on title. The trustee signs all the documents, signs the deed. The trustee signs all the insurance papers, signs the tax documents. The trustee can actually go out there and borrow money. Like my trustee goes into the closing, they sign the HUDs. So we don't even sign, the person that owns the trust doesn't sign anything. The person that benefits or the beneficiary, we're going to get to that. We don't sign anything in public record. Now this trust agreement right here stays in our file, all right? Nobody sees this trust agreement, which has the property address. We don't want people to know what we own, right? So the trustee, who is this trustee? Who is this person that you're going to ask, that you're going to hire to be your employee? You ask. I am glad you asked. You've got to have somebody that you trust. You got to have somebody you trust. And I meet so many people that say, Chris, I just don't know anybody that I trust to be my trustee. You need to get around better people, more quality people, people that are honest, people that have integrity, people that are going to do what they say. Luckily, at this stage in my life, I have those people around. I didn't have them around all the time. So I have several trustees in state and out of state that I use. Is it still? I'm not sharing the screen now. No. I have people in state and out of state. I would prefer you to have a trustee that's out of state. All right. But if you don't have that, then in-state's fine. So your trustee is somebody, they're going to be out there. And you must remember, your trustee has the power to sell your house. All right, and we have some ways to prevent that, which I'll cover at the end. Matter of fact, let me remind me to talk about deeds of trust. I need to make a note. Remind me to talk about how you can prevent your trustee from selling the house under you. Because just in case, what if you and your trustee have a falling out? Yes, you can fire them, but they might they could sell your house tomorrow because they have the right and the power to sell that house. So get a trustee that you trust. If you want to hire a company, sometimes I'm the trustee for some of my coaching clients. I don't mind doing that. It is an honor for me to be a trustee for you because all I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do, right? All I'm doing is going in, signing the paperwork, and we're done. We want to get, even if you own your house already, you can still take it out of your name, all right? So the third part, your trustee is somebody you trust. What? They can sign. Let me put that to sign. Everything. Who is that? Missy. Missy. You want some shine, huh? She might have to go number 1 or 2. When she was yapping like that one time, she had to poop. Oh. I mean, she was. I don't know if she's tonight. You might have to. You guys, we got a new member of our family. You want to show our class who our new family member is? Class, this is our new family member. Good God, this dog, I don't know. Please don't ask me what we paid for this dog. It's unbelievable. Okay, so trustee, somebody's going to sign all the documents for you. That ain't going to work here. Trustee, somebody's going to sign everything. You don't sign anything. So trustee is a member of this trust. They're the trustee for your trust. Third will be the beneficiary. The beneficiary. Man, my handwriting. I got to tell you, it's hard writing on this board. Beneficiary. Beneficiary. The beneficiary is the person that benefits from the trust. All right. Any money that comes in, anytime you sell it, if you want to go refinance and pull some money out, The beneficiary is the one that benefits from the trust. We get all the money. Oh yeah, and the trustee they get a fee. So that's explicitly written out in the trust. So here's our trust agreement. We got a trustee that's out there taking all the bullets, signing all the paperwork. Beneficiary is the one that's sitting back chilling, getting all the money, right? So we don't own the house. We own the trust that owns the house. Got me? Don't forget, any questions you got, make sure you put them in there, guys. All my trust document packet, you're getting a huge discount if you download it during the live broadcast only. It'll change at the end of the broadcast. All right, so listen, these are the three moving parts. Now it requires a deed. I hope you got this here. This requires a deed to trustee. Or before I get to that, let's go over one of my trusts. All right, let's go over the trust. Because how do we name the trust? How do we name the trust? Well, earlier in my career, I would name it the full property address. I was doing that, right? Like 123 Easy Street Trust. But then I didn't want to have a bullseye on the house that I was doing. So now I just call it the street name trust, or I'll just call it the street number trust. So instead of doing the 123 Main Street, I just call it the Main Street Trust. The Main Street Trust. And we can get into some more dialogue about who should be your beneficiary and how to pick a good trustee towards the end of the training too. Yes, good stuff here. Oh man, this is stuff gets me tingling inside when I know that if any problems come up, I don't have to worry about somebody coming after my houses. They may come after me, but they can't get these houses because these houses are held in a trust, right? So the name of your trust, I just call it the Street Trust. And let's break down. I'll show you one of my trusts here. I'm kind of chilled out tonight, as you can see. I'm chilling tonight. I'm gonna take it easy on you tonight. All right, so let's go here to the top of your trust. Real simple to fill out, guys. Here's your blank, a standard land trust here. I'll blow it up for you. This trust agreement, dated blah blah. You or your company name is remember we said the beneficiaries here, right? The beneficiaries go first. Beneficiaries are the one that benefits, makes all the money. Whether one or more, which designation shall include all successors' interests of any beneficiary. A successor beneficiary is somebody that you're going to pass this trust onto if you die. All right. Your trustee should be someone you trust. That's trustee whose address is the mailing address. Let's get into that. The mailing address. Make sure. What I recommend to you is I don't want you to have a mailing address for this trust, for this property coming to you. I want it to go into your trustee because you don't want anybody to start sniffing around this deal. If you owe somebody $100,000 for something that you didn't do, some creditor or some predators coming after you, I don't want them finding out your mailing address either. So you got all your tax bills, mortgage statements, and all that stuff going to your trustee. I don't want you anywhere. You should be a ghost. All right. Let me get back to my screen sharing. We'll keep going over the trust before we get to the deed to trustee. Okay. Therefore, the parties hereby mutually agree as follows. Declaration of trust. This trust created by the grantors herein shall be known as, here we go, street name trust right here. Class is real simple. Real simple. That's it. And all this other stuff here is just jargon you can read. I got to be honest with you, I've never even read it. At the end down here, we've got beneficiary name, which is going to be you, or company name. We can get deeper into that regarding asset protection. And your trustee, which is here. Type the name of your trustee, and then you get it notarized. Very simple. Remember, I said your address here, legal description. Here's your property address. And at the end, the only place where you know where the beneficiaries are is on page 9, beneficiaries, your name or your company name. Now, obviously, there's so many ways to attack this. Oops, sorry about that. So many ways to attack this stuff regarding what's the best way to have the beneficiaries. So many ways. I mean, we could keep going deeper and deeper, but all this is, if you remember this, if you don't remember anything from this training, remember a trust is nothing but a way to hold title to a piece of property. I remember one time I sold a house and then the new owners didn't pay taxes for the next quarter. They tried to come after me for back taxes because I sold it to them and they figured I should have been the one to pay the taxes. They sent me a bill for $1,200 and I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Go ahead and sue me. The trust is dead. I sold the property. This trust is no more. Let's see, Main Street Trust. Main Street Trust is dead. It no longer exists. Go ahead and sue me. They sent me 2 or 3 tax bills. Never heard from them again. I'm presuming they went after that new owner. I don't know who they went after, but they couldn't get anything out of me because I never owned it. Chris Haskins never owned it. Remember Carnegie. Own nothing, control everything. Yes, yes. So I'm gonna get to your questions in a minute. Let me finish with this. So how do we get it into your? Well, I know the conversation I had with D. If you're watching D, what's up? I had a coaching client from Detroit. Very deep, brother. He's asking me, do I need to get my house, my owner occupant out of my name? I'm like, yes, brother. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna cover that too. So if you own a house, get it out of your name. You go out there and get into a car wreck, somebody does some predator comes after you. I don't want them to attach anything to your house. You know, I've seen it, and my heart goes out to people that have that have had that happen to them because it's just so avoidable. It's preventable to stop somebody from coming after you. And this is just the first line of defense. This isn't going to protect you from everything. And obviously, get an attorney if you're going to be doing this stuff. I'm just sharing with you what I have been using for the last 9 years when I finally figured out how to do this. Okay, deed to trustee. Deed to trustee. What is that? Let's go here. Deed to trustee. Now this is going to be how the deed that we use when we go record it at the courthouse, right? This deed for consideration made this blank day between blank, the grantors, that's the homeowner or whoever's putting it. Well, basically, grantor usually we call it the homeowner, but that's how you're going to get it out of your name if you own the property. And so it says hereinafter called grantors and blank hereinafter called trustee. So we're taking it from the grantor right here to the trustee. Out of the grantor, which is going to be you, to the trustee, right? The trustee is the one that signs everything. So the warranty deed to trustee just lets them put the house out of your name to the trustee the trustee who works for the trust, right? Property street address here. All we do is put the address there. Very simple, guys. This is so simple. Very simple. And we got a notary here. Oh my goodness. Very simple stuff. So that's if you own the property in your name. A lot of times they want to get it out of your name. So when you deed it to the trustee signs for the trust agreement, right? So the trustee, basically, the trustee is an employee of the trust. They do what you ask them to do. They have a fiduciary obligation to do what's right for the beneficiaries of this trust, period. They have to do what you ask them to do. Now, they can sell the property. I can't help you if that happens. That's above my knowledge. If you don't trust your trustee, that's above me. I can't help you with that. Can't do anything for you with that. All right, let's see. This is some good stuff, guys. I hope you're getting some value to what I'm pouring into you tonight, class. Very good stuff. All right. So we're naming this the Main Street Trust. If you want to get it out of your name, I just recommend you. And I got to tell you, it took me, 5 or 6 years to understand how these trusts work. Now, there's so many things you can do to a trust. Say, for instance, if my eraser. Oh, I'm getting my coffee. Show business. I'm working. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I'm working tonight. These lights are just so hot. I got to make sure. So many things you can do with a trust. Let's say your trustee, what you can do if you pass away. So say that you got beneficiary 1, right? Beneficiary 1. You can sell your beneficial interest. People were talking about, I remember when we used to do a lot of bank REO assignments. We used to wholesale bank REOs. We take the beneficiary one and then sell the beneficial interest to beneficiary two. Let's say that would be, let's just say we did that for $5,000. That's how we used to hold. You can wholesale houses, or if you want to just sell your house without having to take the title. This is the power of the trust. Let me show you the power of this. Woo. You can sell your house and you don't even have to take the deed. You don't even have any recording fees. Nobody even has to know. It goes from beneficiary one to beneficiary two. Hope you understand that. So we're just selling the ownership of this trust, right? The trust stays in place. So I can say, hey, listen, you can have my house $40,000. This is how wealth is passed down through generations. This trust could last infinitely, right? So when I move on to the afterlife, my trust will say Chris Haskins, the successor beneficiary will be Taylor Haskins, or any organization or charitable organization that I want to leave my property to. They will own the house. No probate, no attorneys involved. They don't even have to go to the courthouse to record anything because it's all written out in the trust. Man, if that's not powerful, I don't know what it is. We don't have to worry about anybody getting in our business. You can assign a trust, wholesaling it over to somebody else. So powerful. That's why trust, that's why we want to put houses in trust, because we can change the ownership at any time. And you can change trustee. If you don't trust a trustee, or if you buy a trust with somebody, you can fire that trust, hire a new one, switch out the title. Very simple to do. It's called a successor trustee. I keep losing my thing here. So you can sell your beneficial interest if you want. So many things to do. So much to do with a trust. Very easy to do. I recommend you to at least, if you don't own rental property, at least own your home property in it. Own your owner occupant property in it. All right, if we got any questions, I'll go ahead and knock some of those out here. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but I hope I'm helping somebody. I hope I'm helping somebody. Good evening. Jackie, Beezer, what's going down? What's going down? Derek, what's up? If you got a question, make sure you put your question in with your city or your state. This is why we need to get houses out of your name. And I don't even want you putting houses in your company name, because I can find out who the managing member or the, what is it, the officer of your company. I can go to the state corporation commission and just pull that up. And I want to briefly at the end of our training talk to you about wholesaling stuff from banks with short sales. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you, how about if say your trustee does want to sell your house. He says, you know what, that daggone Chris, I don't like the way he looks anymore. I think this is my trustee talking, right? When he says, I don't like Chris anymore. I think I want to sell this house and I'm gonna take the money. It is possible. So what we do with all of our properties that we have in trust, we own with a trust, we put I want to make it easy for you. We put a mortgage on each property. So every one of my properties will borrow a little bit of money against that property, so that if somebody tries to transfer title, they have to contact the creditor or the lien holder that's on that property. So say for instance, my trustee says, I'm gonna sell Chris's house tomorrow for $50,000. I'm gonna keep all the money. When they do the title search, they'll see ABC loan company on this property here, right? And they'll say, you know what, I need to pay off. Whatever it be, 5,000, something small. Well, I recommend something small. You can borrow a small mortgage on this property. So when you do the title search, the trustee will have to satisfy that mortgage, and you'll get the payoff, and that mortgage company will notify you. So put a mortgage on each property that you have. That's the way you can get around or circumvent your trustee trying to take you out, because it could happen, right? It could happen. He's good. I don't think you can hear over here, babe. But anybody got any questions on trust? Is this stuff? I hope it's not going over your head. I hope I'm getting through to you. I hope I'm getting through to you. Good evening, Renee. Millie, what up? I had a question come in. Sky Investments wants to know. Sky, you had a question, but I just don't see it on here, brother. You had something about divorce. I wish I could see it on there. Oh yeah, if anybody has anything after the live broadcast, here's my email. Chris buys houses at Gmail. That's gonna be my email after the broadcast. I can't see anything. Oh, Beezer, let me get to Beezer first. What if the person dies that holds your trust? What if the person dies that holds your trust? Hey, Beezer, only person that holds the trust is gonna be you. So this document here, that 9-page document that you saw here, all that language and all that crap, only person that sees that is you and the closing title company, all right? You keep that in your file cabinet at home. So I don't want anybody knowing, or you don't want anybody knowing who the beneficiary is for that trust. So if you die, you're the beneficiary, God forbid, or something happens to you, you get incapacitated. Remember, you are the beneficiary, right? You're the first beneficiary on that trust. If something happens to you, the trust in the language written in the trust, it goes to beneficiary number 2. All right, so automatically, it's called a successor beneficiary. A successor beneficiary. I love it. Just imagine if you own the car and automatically, if you get taken out or something happens to you, ownership goes from Chris Haskins to Taylor Haskins automatically. So you don't have to worry about transfer. But that's not the case if it's in your name. You got to have a will, and then somebody has to go interpret the will. You don't want to deal with that stuff. You want to have everything in a trust, please. That way you can easily transfer title. What's up, Bubba? Hey. You can say what's up. What am I doing? Let's get to a couple questions. I hope this stuff is sinking in. Say hey, guys. Hi. This is Bubba, aka Morgan, my little one. Get out of here, kid. Okay. Let me go back up the thing here. Good evening, Chris. What's up? Can I have my name Ruben Renwick? What up, Ruben? Can I have my name off of bank accounts too? Yes, you can. However, that's not what this session is about. That's called a paper trust. I'm not training on that this evening, but very good question. Derek Saunders, where can I get that book from? If you're talking about my doc package, you can download it right in the description below. Put all the documents you need to put your house in a trust. Can you transfer a house into a land trust if it's not fully, I'm sorry, J. Vlad. J. Vlad. Y'all got some crazy, y'all gonna have to simplify these names for me. I can't pronounce these names. J. Vlad. Can you transfer a house into a land trust if it's not fully paid off yet? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't forget, the lender doesn't care. All the lender wants is your money. The lender just wants your money, right? So let's say, for instance, I did this. Took me a while. I did this to all the properties that I have mortgaged. All I did was go in, fill out the warranty deed to trustee. Let me go ahead and bring it up for you. Warranty deed to trustee. You're gonna love this one. Blank warranty deed to trustee. Let's do this. So how we do this is screen share. Am I sharing? Good gracious, I hope I'm sharing to somebody. So here, warranty deed to trustee. Here, now to call the grantor. That's going to be you. You are going to grant. You're the grantor. You're going to grant this deed over to your trustee. So this literally goes from you to your trustee. Goes from you to your trustee. The trustee is the employee of the trust. So in essence, yes, you are just selling it to yourself. You're transferring ownership over to yourself in essence, but the title is not in your name. So when somebody goes down there to try to sue you, some predator comes down looking for you, I don't own it anymore, right? That's going to be the best solution I have for you. The worst case is getting it out of your name after you've been on title. I don't want you ever to be on title if possible. Now I know if you're getting a mortgage, you're gonna have to close it all out, put it in your name. But the next day, you can just very gently and unassumingly record that deed, and you're done. It's over. A B C, yeah. JY. Okay, yeah. So we got that. And you just switch it over. The mortgage company will never know. Don't forget, ownership and money Real estate and real estate and money don't mix. You can transfer ownership of the house without transferring the mortgage liability. We do it all the time with subject twos. SR, Scott Jelinek, yes, my mentor, my boy. Scott Jelinek talks about slow flips. What is that about? Can you do a video on slow flips? What Scott teaches? Yes, Scott teaches land contracts. We do things a little differently. I do lease options. Scott does land contracts. Same basic concept. We are the bank. We don't do repairs. We turn into the bank. All we do is collect a monthly payment from our tenant buyers. That's what we want to do. Yeah, I can do. Well, if you just go in the back, you'll go down my videos. You'll see a lease option, 2 lease option videos. You can get all that there. Where can I get the book from with all the terms? Derek Saunders. Oh, your Barron's. Yeah, you could just go to Amazon. But soon I'm going to have a library on the realestateroundup.com. I'm going to have all suggested books that I recommend for you. We own nothing but control everything. Yes, that's how we. Who is that? Renee. Yes, Carney. Nothing, control everything. Absolutely. Even if you, okay, J. Dot. If you don't fully own it, yeah, I can't. If you don't own it, I can't help you with that. What else we got? I hope this is helping somebody. Good God, I don't know who I'm helping. I hope it's somebody. Give me a thumbs up if I'm helping anybody tonight. Great video. Ray G, what's up, brother? Jorge, yes, I got your email, Jorge. Say hi to my business partner, Karina. Karina, what's going on? Jorge, I got your email. I'll get that out to you probably tomorrow. You know I'm up to here with stuff to do, but I will get that to you. I got your email. Ray G, can the trustee take ownership without your say-so? Don't forget, the trustee is nothing but an employee of yours. That's like going to McDonald's and asking the person taking your order, can they do anything to the McDonald's, right? No, without the owner of the McDonald's, no. They have a fiduciary obligation. That's one thing I learned. When I joined the Masons, one thing I learned, obligation. What is your obligation to society? What is the obligation to your beneficiaries? Trustee has an obligation. One thing I learned is having my obligation to you is to pour in this information to you and get it out there. You know, I want my culture, people that look like me and carry themselves like me, to know this stuff. You know, as opposed to knowing MTV or whatever that crap we're watching on TV that we like to watch. What is it? Housewives, reality show. What's that new one, babe, with the young people? Reality shows. You don't even. If we've done. I'm done. Empire. I'm done with it. My obligation is for my culture, people that look like me, to know this material. So the obligation. What was that saying? Oh, the trustee. Oh, the trustee. Yeah, the trustee cannot take ownership. They can't close on the deal unless you put them on the trust. So let's go back to our trust agreement here, right? I'm gonna bring up our trust agreement. It's all in the paper. And don't forget, this stuff is easy. The only reason it appears to be hard is because you may not know. The stuff is easy. Let's go to our blank land trust. I'm gonna take you up here to this is our notary page here at the end. You can see right here, the beneficiary signs, and then the trustee signs. All right. So both of you guys are signing at the same time. When you go into the title company, you can see here, before me personally appeared blank, the beneficiary, which is you, and blank, the trustee. What's wrong, man? Pee pee. Doo doo. Oh, poo poo. All the poo poo. Is it bad? That's what happens when you gotta. You know what? At least she's a cutie while she's doing it. At least she's a cutie. Poo and pee. Good gracious. I thought she was barking, babe. No, when you hear him barking, that's what she had to do earlier. She had to poop. All right, so the trustee cannot take ownership without your say-so, but they can sell it. Once they get in, your trustee, they can sell it. Remember, that's why I said we're going to put a deed of trust, borrow a little bit of money against that property. So that deed of trust has to be satisfied before they try to sell it up under you. L. Lenore. Why give anyone that power? L. Lenore, what power are you referring to? I'm presuming you're talking about your trustee. Well, L. Lenore, What's going to happen if I come after you? I'm suing you for $20,000 and I win a lawsuit, get a judgment. Like I'm telling you, I had a coaching client just happened. We got $15,000. She got $15,000 judgment against her. Now she can't sell that property until she pays that off. And it was a frivolous lawsuit. Some work that she did for somebody came back. She did the work perfectly, but it was a family member and they got all tied up in court. Nightmare. Why would you give Eleanor? Why would you give that power to somebody you trust? It's called delegation. Delegation. You cannot get wealthy by yourself. I don't want to have to worry if something happens to me. I don't want to have to worry about how my assets are going to be passed down. And if somebody from creditor or predator comes looking for me, I want to make sure they can attach stuff to my house. Hey, we're good, baby. I'm good. They're having a ball. Well, Eleanor, if you tell me, do you own your houses in your name? Tell us how you hold title. Hey, Drew, what's up, bro? David Isaacs. I'm also going to ask you the question, can a trustee take the house without your permission? Yes, they can. David Isaacs, yes, they can. Remember, I told you the trustee has the power, employee, the trustee has the power to buy, sell, borrow money. They can transfer title. So yes, your trustee can sell this house to somebody else and try to collect the money if they're shady. That's why you got to have a trustee. You must have a trustee that you trust. Now, if you struggle with this ain't for you. If it's gonna keep you up at night, it's not for you. I have, at this moment in my life, I finally have people that I trust with this stuff. So I know they're gonna sign the paperwork. They're gonna do the right thing by me regarding borrowing money, doing repairs, doing the leases. Possibly if we do an option, they're gonna come sign the option, and we pay them a fee. They get. It's not like they're doing this for free. They're employees. They get paid, David. So yes, they can sell your house without permission. They can do whatever they want to that house. That's why we put a slap of deed of trust on it. And we have ways to protect ourselves with that, but don't let that scare you out. Eleanor, you talking something here, Eleanor, with that, why would you give somebody that power? I don't know. I mean, I want to give away power to other people, because if you take all the power, there's more stuff on you, more liability for you. The more stuff you own is more liability. Eleanor, can you put a subject to into a trust and sell it on a lease option? Oh my Lord, goodness. Ooh, you talking now. Yes, that is how you do it. Yes. You buy subject to, so you take the property that was subject to, put it in a trust, then you sell it on a lease option. Yes, and the trust has the lease and the option to sell when it's sold. Yes, Eleanor, that's exactly how we do it. Oh man, I love it. That's my strategy right there. Buy sub to, sell lease option. Buy sub to in a trust, sell lease option. You're talking there. I love it. What about putting under an LLC? No. Boba pad. Oh, Baba. What is Baba pad? Baba. Yeah. Y'all got some names. Baba Pad. Is it Baba Babe or Boba? Baba Pad. What about putting it in the LLC? Putting your house in the LLC? No, we don't do that. I don't want a creditor or predator. I can fine you if you got your house in the LLC, and probably your LLC probably has a bank account. It probably owns other houses, and you got yearly fees for all that crap. And I can find out who the managing member or the certified officer is by just going to the city or going to the state courthouse. We don't put our name or our business name on title ever. We don't do that. Stop doing that. And I got coaching clients ask me all the time, Chris, should I put this house in a house? Should I put this house in my company name or my name? And I'm like, neither. The question you got to ask yourself: am I doing what the wealthy do? Am I doing what the wealthy do? Period. Either you're doing what they do or not. There is no in between. Get it out of your name. Get it out of your company name. Theodore Bradley. What up, Theodore? Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. All praises. Ebony Jackson. Is having a trust similar to having a corporation? It is similar, but remember the key phrase with a trust. It is simply a way to take title to a piece of property, period. You got to get that through. It's going to take some time. I'm doing karate tonight. I'm all up in your head, guys. It's just a way to take title to a property. An LLC can do a whole bunch of things, right? It can get a bank account. LLC can have members. An LLC can manage property. It can run businesses. A land trust is simply a way to take title to a piece of property, period. Don't make it any more. Don't make it any bigger than that. I know you're thinking that word trust, land trust. It sounds so much bigger, but if you narrow it down, all it is a way to hold title. So every one of my properties we own in trusts. We never put them in company names. You can put them in a corporation if you want, but once again, I just don't recommend it. You're on your own on that. Corporation, I can find you down at the courthouse. The trust, never gonna be, you never know who owns the trust. That's why they're so powerful. They're just so much more powerful. Bob Wilson. What about the due on sale clause? You're talking about subject twos on that, Bob. That's going to be something. Oh my goodness. Subject to, yeah. Subject to, yeah. If you're worried about the subject to clause, my mentor Scott Jelinek has been doing this since the '90s and never had a house. Never told me never had a house. A loan called on a subject to deal. So I'm not worried about it. I don't worry about it. And if it was, we have a power of attorney. We can deal with that too. Marcus Robinson. You gotta, oh, thank you. Praise God. Thank you. I'm working for free. I'm out here pouring. I'm serving. The more I serve, I get to reach out through the cosmos to my community. This information needs to get out. All right. Barbara Pat, can your spouse be the trustee? Can your spouse be the trustee? Okay, good question, Barbara Pat. Yes, your spouse can be the trustee. However, you can build a house with a hammer. You can build a house with a hammer. Do I recommend that? Absolutely not. Your spouse can be the trust for your land trust. Do I recommend that? No. You got the same last name. So what if I come down there, Baba Pat? I guess I'm thinking you're male. I don't know. Shoot, I don't know. I'm gonna say Miss Pad. So let's say Miss Baba Pad is the trustee. I'm gonna go on the internet, type in who are some relatives or some family members of Miss Pad. I can go search them all up. You want somebody that's non-related, non-last name, no lineage. We'll call it arm's length transaction. My trustees are business colleagues, people that I can count on, people that I know are going to show up. People that I know they're going to show up. I don't waste time with people that are going to waste my time. Neither do I do family members. I don't want anybody to trace a family member back to my trust. I don't do that. Celeste Hill is dirt. Yeah, Barron's book is, I think it's $10. J. Glad. You mean if it's not paid off? Yeah, you don't. Being paid off has nothing to do with having a house in the trust. You can switch it anytime. Thank you guys. I need a thumbs up. Thank you, Renee. Bearfield. Peace beyond understanding. Marcus Robertson. Thanks for your support, brother. Prayerfully, I can keep going with this. Yes, I am giving a. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? One, I love you. I want to see you succeed. Two, I'm nothing but a servant. I want to be like that great carpenter 2,000 years ago. We just want to serve. The more I serve, it's weird. The more I serve, my life gets a little easier. Life gets a little easier. Faye, thank you for our thumbs up. Please give us a thumbs up. J. If you don't pay property tax in the house and land trust, can they put a lien on it? Well, if you don't, yes, they can put a lien on the house, but they can't put a lien on you. All right, let me repeat that. If you don't pay the property taxes, which is not smart, you ain't getting around property tax. I've been in the business a long time. Have yet to see somebody get around property tax. Just ain't happening. The city is a little more gangster. The IRS will forgive you a little bit. The city, they ain't forgiving nobody. I've seen these guys ruthless, taking houses. So they can put a lien against the house. Matter of fact, they're already liened against the house. You have to do it when you do the title search. They check for the property taxes, but it won't be against you. It'll just be against the house. Now, if the house is in your name, it'll be against you and the house. So that's why you don't put it in your name. Brother J. Glad, 26. Lori, good man, what is Lorianne? I don't know. Lorianne, I'm blessed to have people I can trust. I am. I do not take it for granted that I'm in the stage in my life where I have people that I can trust. Yes, I wasn't always like this. I wasn't always like this. But yes, I have some people that I can trust, and I recommend you. If you don't, Start hanging out, meet new people, run an ad on Craigslist. I do it all the time. Real estate investor looking for new business associates. I do it all the time. I meet people. I go to Burger King, Krispy Kreme, have lunch, have a coffee with new people all the time. You know, exercise your skill of meeting new people. I got some good final words for you too once we get out of here. Don't forget, if you want my Land Trust doc package, you get it for pennies on the dollar while the live broadcast is taking place. After that, I'm not going to honor the discount anymore. I want to feel like I'm blessing you for being a blessing to me to watching my content. So I'm going to give you my whole doc package for a super huge discount while we're live. All right, Marcus Robinson, get the likes up. Yeah, like guys, make sure you like the content so we can get optimized on the internet. Ken Gardner, can you set up a bank account with the trust? Yes. Can you set up a bank? Ken Gardner, you guys, y'all ain't talking to me. Where are you commenting from? What cities you're in? I didn't know where we're reaching into tonight. Ken Garner, can you set up a bank account with the trust? Yes. If you want to do this, you can take your trust into the bank and you can either use your tax ID. You can, matter of fact, you can set up a tax ID for your trust if you want to do that. I try not to take it that far. I try not to. But yes, if you want to do that, you can. I haven't had to do that yet in my career. Uh-oh. You don't pay the property tax? Oh, Ken Gardner. Sorry about that. I try not to get that deep with it because since I'm the beneficiary, I can set up a bank account. I can go in, I can cash a check in my name, or I get the title company to put any checks in my name. But you're transacting business just like any other day. When the properties I own in the trust, I do the leases in the trust. I do options in the trust. So the trust is the one doing all the business, not me. I'm just moving all the parts around, just like on the chessboard. We're moving it all around. Yes, you can set up a bank account if you want to. I mean, I don't. Eleanor, great. I was a little confused about that part. You got it. Okay, great. You got it. Evan, 076, just join. You were looking. Okay, land trust. You're looking for land trust training. God bless. I'm glad I could help you. Oh my goodness. Can we get to everybody tonight? Down to fish. You down to fish. So I guess my brother with the same last name won't work either. Don't forget, class, you can put whoever you want as the trustee. You can put yourself as a trustee if you want. You can be the trustee of your own. So here's your trust, right? You can be the employee of the trust and you can be the beneficiary. So this can be you here and you can be the beneficiary. Beneficiary. These can both be you, the trustee. Do this. So you can be the trustee and the beneficiary if you want to be. I just don't recommend it. You know, you're losing your asset protection and your anonymity if you are both of these. You know, I recommend hiring somebody out here, or you can start another company or another LLC, and either you or your LLC be the beneficiary. So, you know, try to stay off of it as much as you can on public record. Peace beyond understanding. Thank you. You're smiling. Okay, down the fish, you got it. Good. Can you notarize a document online? I think our industry is finally getting to that. I don't know why banks are not letting us. Andrew, what is that? Andrew Casers. There should be right now. You should be able to hold up a driver's license, right? And a notary should be on the other end looking through the video and seeing that driver's license. You should be able to notarize that. It is catching on. But just like for online foreclosures, they're catching on very slow. So as of now, online notarizations, online notaries aren't very popular, but they're coming. Renee Lavis count, property taxes trump mortgages. Yes, property taxes, they come before everything. Matter of fact, they always keep them 6 months behind. So that's the perfect case. Rosanna, what up? Thanks for coming in. You're in my time zone. Florida, yep, in Florida. Florida. I got it. You don't have to answer about the bank. I don't have to answer. Well, I don't use bank accounts. You can use a bank account. I don't. Nick, you finally caught us live. Thank God. Lakia, hey, welcome. Where can I get? Yes, if you want the trust documents, my whole trust My entire trust document package is in the description of this video. Download it, or once you do a small investment during this live session, it will be one price. After the session, it's going to go up. If you get it during this session within the next few minutes while we're live, you get it for under $100. Very cheap. All right, and you can go get your own, set your own trust up, take those documents. I gotta be honest with you. A lot of attorneys and title companies don't. I don't know why this is not general knowledge. It's so simple, cheap, and easy to set up a trust. You can either pay an attorney $1,000 to do it for $752,000. That's okay, babe. You can't even hear them. Or you can just get my stuff and you can do it on your own. You know, I mean, it's not that complicated to do. This is the discount price. ABs, I'm sorry. This is it. This is it. After the live webinar, it's going to be much more than that. Or you can just go to attorney. They're going to charge you $700 to $1,000. What was I saying? Oh, I don't know why this isn't generally knowledge. I don't. Even when I go to title companies, I'm like, here's my trust. They don't understand it. You've got to find a title company or an attorney, the few that even understand land trust, and it's going to take you some time. Luckily, I've weeded out a few that understand how to do this trust stuff. But I mean, it's just, I don't know why they try to hold this knowledge. It doesn't make sense. That's why we're sharing it, right? We're sharing it right now. This stuff out to my people that look like me and act like me. My culture needs to understand not only real estate in your name. It's just not a smart move. Billy said he want to get. I mean, Misty says she want to get out of there. Okay, let's see what we got here. Ebony Jackson. Ebony, thank you for your support. Thank you for allowing me to pour into you. We got a love offering. Love offering. Can you be the trust and the beneficiary? Yes, we just covered that. All right. So I'm gonna leave it. Here's the trust, right? Main Street Trust. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I'll pull up my document here so you can see it. You got me working here. These lights burning me up. It's 75 degrees in here in Virginia today. Let me share my screen. Oh, did I do that? That ain't right. Screen share. Okay, let's go to my trust here, right? So here's our trust agreement, right? We got land trust agreement. Number 1, declaration of trust, the street name. That's how we're doing it, right? At the end of your trust, we've got beneficiaries right here. Here's your beneficiaries. You can have that. Who was this talking to me? Ebony, was it Ebony? Ebony Jackson? Who was that? Ebony Jackson, yes. So Ebony, blank land trust. You can have beneficiary name. You can have Ebony Jackson there, and trustee name, Ebony Jackson. What I'm saying is, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to do that because the trustee's name goes on title, on the deed. All right, remember that grantor's warranty deed to trustee? You'll see the new owner of the deed, the new owner of the trust is the trustee, right? It'll be on title. So if you're the trustee and the beneficiary, you're on title. The beneficiary's name, let me go write that back up here. You got the beneficiary. We can't hear y'all. Beneficiary and the trustee. This is very cool. I love it. You got your house. Follow me now. Land trust, nothing but a way to take title, period. House, the trust owns the house. Beneficiary benefits. Trustee works for the trust. All right, so this is trustee works for the trust. Beneficiary owns, gets all the benefits from all the money, all the financial gain for the trust. House goes into the trust. Trust is the owner of the house, right? Because we don't own the house. We own the trust that owns the house. Trustee is the employee. It'll take you some time. Just watch this video 6 times. I promise you. It took me 6 times before I got this down. I was working with people that I was trying to explain this, screaming at the top of my lungs on the mountaintop about trust before I got people to understand this stuff works, or even how the moving parts of it works. Y'all all right, man? What y'all looking at? The Grinch on? Okay, yeah, I can watch that. Yeah, keep my coffee going. Hey, Beezer, I'm sorry if I'm too high. Oh my God, if I'm too high, please pray for me. I give you over 350 videos for free. I'm working every day for free. All I'm asking you guys to do is support my channel so I can keep doing this. Believe me, it's challenging to keep it coming. I could be out flipping houses every day doing this stuff. The reason I'm able to do this is because I have my real estate, my lease options keeping me. It's my engine keeping me floating. Gives me time to bring this stuff to you. Share what I learned from my mentors. Thanks, Ebony. Man, what else we got? See if I can. The dog is off the chain. Message to track. Hey, my brother. Hey, my brother's here. Praise God. What's up, dog? From New Orleans. Where can I get the do? Evan, 06. Where can I get the do? What do you looking for, dog? You might be talking about the docs. The docs, my land trust document package is right in this at the bottom. All I do is go ahead and do the small investment, and I will email my land trust document packet to you. And you can follow along with this video. Just play it over and over again, and you can fill it out yourself and get your house out of your name. What madman wants to own a 6 or 7 figure? I didn't say this. My mentor, I learned from Ron LeGrand, says, what madman would own a 6 or 7 figure asset in their name? Get it out of your name. Aaron, does it matter if you're a beneficiary or a trustee in a sub-2 deal when taking the deed from the owner to avoid due on sale? Let me tell you what we do on due on sale. I'm sorry, but on subject to stuff. So we have the trust, right? Say the trust, instead of the Main Street trust, what you can do, and I don't want you to try to commit fraud. But let's say you're buying, what we do is if we're taking it over subject to, say, I remember when I bought a house from a guy named Michael Little. So instead of calling it the Main Street Trust, we just called it the Little Family Trust. The Little Family Trust. So if some creditor or predator were to go down and do a search on that house, they would see that the Little Family Trust still owns that property, and then the Little Family can assign their beneficial interest over to me at a later date. So it's all different types of ways you can. Ron says, what's slimy flipping in the background? You can flip this. You can transfer the trustees. You can transfer the beneficiaries. There's so many ways you can transfer ownership and employees on a trust. So many ways. That's why I love them. Evan, or the documents, yeah. If you do that small investment while I'm here, you can have the documents right now. I'll email them to you at the end of our presentation. Ken Garner, great info, thank you. A Beezer, did I do something wrong? A Beezer, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Renee, I'm unable to see the description where to find the offer. If you scroll down to the bottom, go down to the description of the bottom of the video, you'll see it says download my land trust doc packet below. You see it right there at the very bottom. At the bottom of the description. Who is that? Somebody. My brother is here. Hey, Ronnie, you looking good. Thank you for working with Bob Wilson. Thank you for your thumbs up. Andrew Casarius. What say, Bubba? Uncle Ronnie's right. Oh, his picture's right there. See. So this is what we got to deal with. Look at this crazy dog. Pray for me, class. I got to deal with that. I got to deal with that. I'm just a servant. All I am is a servant. Billy can't come out, babe? No. What do you do? No. Okay. You got Billy and Missy. There's some country folk. Can you use excellent credit score to get private funding? Andrew, you're taking me out of my box tonight talking about private money. Credit. I'm gonna touch private money, then we'll get back on our land trust. Good gracious, I could talk this all night. My wife, I could talk this all night. When you're dealing with private money, we don't use credit. We don't turn in tax returns. We don't fill out a financial statement. We don't have to turn in bank statements. We don't even have to do a down payment. We don't have to turn in any type of appraisal reports. Private money is where you get ordinary people like you and me. to invest in you. They're going to invest in you, what you're doing. You go. So it's not like a bank or a hard money guy where they're going to go and crunch all these numbers and make sure everything's all fine and dandy. Your ARV is good, your loan to value. They don't. Private people, private lenders are people that believe in you. They are investing in you. So for people that invest in me, in my business, we have the expertise, all the numbers, the contractors, the title companies, the real estate brokers, to set all the stuff up together, put it all together. So in order for people to invest with you, Andrew Caceres, you need to be the right person to borrow that money and have the plan. So I don't know what your level of expertise is, but credit score has nothing to do with private funding. Renee, I don't think I did. What did you do, Renee? I don't know. Did you do a super chat? ABC. Okay, I'm good. Good gracious, you scaring me. I'm like I'm pouring into you. I'm pouring into you. Dollars, dollar sign, DZTV. Hey, I remember you. Sorry if this is off topic, but in the near future, can you do a video about different ways to execute a double closing? I can do that, yeah. Want to know if a large assignment fee can stay off the HUD and the order of events. Yes, I will make a note of that. I will come back to that too. I will come back to this. Nick J, great info. I'll look at this 7 times. Yes, my brother's here. What? Yes, you have to have. It's gonna listen. It took me 6 years. I started in 2004. I looked at this maybe around 06, 07, 8, 9, 10. I mean, I looked at it. I said, you know what? I even asked my accountant at the time, do I need to use trust? She said, no, don't worry about it. Your accountant is not the person you need to talk to about your financial future regarding ownership of properties. They are the ones you talk about when you're talking about taxes and stuff like that. But you need to take control of your future and decide how you're going to own property. You know, is this what's wise for me? I can only tell you what I do, informational purposes only. This is what I do. We don't put houses in our name. We just don't do it, or in our business name. My brother, hey, my brother is here. My brother slash car dealer slash model out there flipping cars in Colorado Springs. Jason, what about using the anonymous New Mexico LLC as the trustee? I'm sure you could do that too. All right, Renee, you got it. Ronnie, what else can you put into the trust? Other assets. Remember, my brother, the trust is nothing. Remember, in our minds, we have to remember when we're going to buy a house, the land trust is nothing but a way to take title to a piece of property. Period. That's nothing but a way. Nick, thank you, dog. I'm out here working for free. A land trust is nothing but a way to take title to a piece of property. So yes, you can put other property. Say you have. Remember, we went back here, the little family trust. You can add in other properties on this trust, but I recommend using one trust for one property. My brother Ronnie Haskins to put one property per trust. And once you download the docs, you got them. You can change the address. You can put as many trusts as you want. You got the documents. You don't have to go pay $700 each and every time, because you know the attorney, they're waiting for you. The attorney's waiting for you to buy a new house so he can go back in his computer, take 5 minutes, type in the new trust people, the new beneficiary, the new trustee, the new address, the new name, send you a bill for $750. I say, listen, let's change our culture. We don't have to do that unless it keeps you up at night. I'm sick of it. Every time the attorneys, every time I hire an attorney, they rub me the wrong way. But we do need them. We need good attorneys. All right, let's see. Ronnie. AB is a Chris. You're doing everything right. I spent the whole day yesterday with a pen and paper, went through all your videos, extract pertinent information. Okay, great. Thank you, AB. I'm working for you. I'm working for you. Nick, thank you for your support, brother. Nick, I don't know what you was laughing at. Okay, wow, that's cool. So we covered most of the stuff on land trust, and I want to, okay, so we're done here. I'm gonna leave this up for a few more minutes as I give you my closing statements on land trust. I was watching my Les Brown. Make sure you guys, as I close this out, subscribe to my channel. Please give me a thumbs up for optimization purposes. Like the content. And the Baba Pad, the link for the docs is at the end of the description in this video. Go to the bottom, click on it and you can do your small investment, and I will email it to you right after we finish this live broadcast. Like the content, comment. I got some comments from people, different things people want me to share on videos. Other assets. My brother, yeah, Ronnie. Other assets. We want to put one house, one asset, one trust. You know, you don't want to have two houses locked up in a trust and somebody sue that trust, and then you got two houses going down. That's not cool. What I want to stress to you, I was watching Les Brown yesterday, and he said his point was, and it's even for me too. If you do what's hard now, and I'm living it, I'm living proof. If you do what's hard now, your life will be easier later. So it took me some time to transfer all my houses out of my name into my trust name. You know, I knew I was supposed to do it because, you know, I'm like, I'm an expert, and it still took me time to do it. And I have other expert friends that don't use trust, but they know they're supposed to do it. You know, TB Williams, I'll get to you in a minute. I'll finish with the last few questions before we cut out. If you do what's hard now, later in your life will be easy. If you do what's easy now, I've seen it. Your life will be hard later. I have coaching clients. I've met people throughout my years, never bought a house. They have rented, and now they're in their late 40s, early 50s. They're looking back, trying to catch up for that lost time. Take the time to get out there. If you own a house, get it out of your name. I know it's going to be hard. It took me several years after I even was, okay, when I was using trust for all my new acquisitions, it took me several years to take the houses that I already own, my long-term holds, to get them out of my name and put them into trust. Why? It's easy not to do it, right? Easy to do it, Jim Rohn says. Easy not to. It's so easy to just every day get into that, what Napoleon Hill calls it, hypnotic rhythm every day. Just like the earth goes around the sun in that rhythm every year. You get caught up in that rhythm. It took me some time to break that hypnotic rhythm for me, get out there and take the house out of my name. It was hard. It was hard, but now I see if anything happens to me, I got my trust. All the stuff goes to my wife. I don't have to worry about, she doesn't have to answer to anybody. She just goes in, here's the trust, I can sell it. Thank you, good night, have a nice day, sit down. She didn't have to ask, go down to any probate. She didn't have to worry about an attorney, no title transfer, nothing, because the trust transfers beneficiaries automatically. I love it. Oh man, I love it when it's easy. It gives me chills when I think about it, how simple things can be. But it was hard for me to do it years ago when I transferred them, but now it's easy. It's easy to own your house in your name, right? It's easy to own your house in your name. But what happens later in life or years later, if something happens to you, then it gets hard for you to get that title out of your name. So if you get incapacitated, if you get incapacitated, or if you move on to the afterlife, it's going to be hard to get that house out of your name. I got another coaching client that's dealing with title issues with somebody that passed away years ago. They can't find out where the liens are, and one of the husband that passed away has children with the previous wife. Ooh, it's getting real nasty. Nobody wants to touch that crap. You know, nobody wants to deal with that. All right, let me get some quick questions before I'm out of here. Man, praise God. I'm glad you guys have got some good questions for me. I remember when I was in Hampton University, sometimes the teacher would come in real mean mug like this, and he would just say, I'm just answering questions today. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not teaching nothing. I'm answering questions. And if we didn't have any questions, he would say, see y'all later. If we didn't ask questions, so the questions determine the outcome of the conversation. The gold is in the questions. Baba Pat, where is the link for the docs? Oh yeah, they're in the bottom of the description here, brother. TB Williams, who are the rent checks made out to when leasing a property that's in a trust? Remember, TB Williams, the trust owns the house, trustee works for the trust, beneficiary gets all the benefit. You're doing you're the moving parts. You are the glue that make this trust work. You're the engine. So you're out there doing the leases, doing the tenant screening, taking the down payment. So everything goes to you, and you can just get it made out to you. That's what I do. Just get it made out to you, or you can get it made out to your company, whomever you want the beneficiary to be. You know, I don't want to get too deep. I'm not an attorney. You know, it's so many different layers. The main reason we do trust is because we want somebody to have a conversation with their pocketbook if they want to come after you. I'm gonna repeat that. The main thing the trust is in place because we want somebody to have a conversation with their checkbook if they come after you, right? So if somebody says, you know what, that slimy Chris, he's making all the money in the world. I want to come after that guy. Let's go. So they're gonna have to write a check, not only to do a title search to see what I own, which they can't find, and then they're gonna have to do much more digging than that to see what we own, right? So if you want to come after me, you're gonna have to spend some money, and it's gonna be in the thousands, right? So make sure you know what you're doing. I've already had a frivolous lawsuit that I had to fight somebody on, so and it was much easier because I had my stuff in trust. All right, TV Williams, I hope that helps you. Peace beyond. I watched your channel a few days ago. Thanks for the info. You're done with the rat race. Yes, the rat race is a beast. Rat race and a beast, and you will not get out of the rat race wholesaling, my brother. Down to fish. I don't want you to have misconception. We won't get out of the rat race wholesaling. You got to own. You can't win monopoly selling. You can't win monopoly selling. Mom, 22 girls, 804. Good gracious. Hey, Chris, a real estate attorney recommended using separate LLCs to put properties instead of land trust. What's the difference between using one versus the other? Great question, Mom, 22 girls, 804. That's a long name. Yeah, my name is Mom, 22 girls, 804. You must be in Richmond. Where you at? Richmond. Alicia, okay. Let's say you have, let me just break it down for you. What's the difference between LLC and land trust? LLC, I'm going to go to the State Corporation Commission. I'm going to type in Mom 22 Girls 804, hit the button. They're going to say, you know what? Alicia, she's the registered agent for that. I'm going to come after Alicia, send her a subpoena, say, listen, who owns 123 Easy Street? You're going to have to tell me. All right. Now, what you can do is make the beneficiary of your trust your LLC. So that adds another layer, the layer that you're talking about, because some people, they just have to have, I don't know why, but they have to have, they must have their LLC in the equation somewhere, you know. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, right or wrong. That's not me to judge, you know. But you can have the beneficiary of your LLC. So let's do it. Let's do our circle. I love it. The house goes into the trust. Trust owns the house. Trustee works for the trust. Beneficiary is your LLC who benefits from all the income from the trust. So this is what I recommend as opposed to putting your trust on title. I'm sorry, your LLC on title. I don't want your LLC on title. I just don't want people typing up Mom 22 Girl 804 LLC and seeing you owning some property. You know, I just don't want it because you might have to have a bank account for that LLC. Renee Laviscount. Thank you again. Now I know. Oh man, thank you. You know better, you can do better. Praise God. Yes, I remember when I first finally said, I'm going to use trust from today forward. That is what I told myself back in 2010, and it has worked for me. It worked wonders for me. Jason, which states are your trust documents for? I mean, I don't know. They're all pretty standard. I mean, if you can take it to an attorney and have it modified for whatever state, you can give them that, or you can just go buy. If you feel uncomfortable, Jason, I would say just get one from your attorney. The ones I have here, they work in Virginia. I've used them in Virginia, Indiana, Florida, where else? And Texas. So far, those are the only places that I've used them. I mean, Jason, feel free. I'm not sure. Raheem F. Raheem F. Where do you get the land trust documents? Raheem F. I am providing the land trust, my land trust document packet. If you look in the description of this training, a live broadcast, at the very bottom, there's a link you can click to do a small investment for your land trust document e-packet. I'll send you all the docs over. You can have them. Raheem, thanks for watching, Raheem. Forever Noble. Hey, what's up? Once you do a quit claim deed, oh gosh. Oh my Lord, you say the QC deeds, the quit claim deed. Should you put it in a land trust afterwards? Forever Noble, quit claim deed. If somebody is quitting, not quit claim, quit claiming a house over to you, I don't even know if you can put that in the trust. That's going to be beyond my knowledge. You got to be careful with quit claim deeds, Forever Noble, because you know what? I had a question earlier today about a quit claim deed. Like a quit claim deed just means I am quitting any claim that I may have for this house, like the Holiday Inn down the street. I can sign a quit claim deed that I don't have any claim to this hotel or to this house. That's not saying that the person I'm quitting my claim to can have ownership to this property. You're just saying I don't have any more ownership. So be careful with those quit claim deeds. Know what you're doing. You know, you got to know what you're doing with that stuff. Yeah, I don't want to, but I don't know the whole story on that. I'm going to stay away from that one. Evan, does the docs come with step by step? No, not for that price, Evan. I can't do a step by step. What you can do, since I did all this, you can download those documents and go back over it and follow it. But I don't have a step by step right now. All I see is the video comments. My iPhone isn't showing the description for the video or linked documents. Oh no. Let me see if I can put the Bob Wilson. Let me see if I can put the link for the documents in the chat box. Let me see if I can put the link for the documents in the chat box. Here we go. I'll try this. Thanks for catching that. You on that iPhone? I don't use iPhones. Bob Wilson, sorry about that. Here is the link for the documents. You can download all my docs right there, Bob. Sorry about that, brother. And I'll email them to you. I'm not doing a step-by-step video yet. I will do that in the future, but it won't be for that price. There's just no way. You have to close. Oh, Ebony Jackson, Bob. Ebony saying you have to close the chat to see the description of the video. Mom 22, 22 girls 804. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Ebony. Okay, you got it, Bob. You got it. Okay, that's it, Glass. Remember what I was talking about earlier, getting my Les Brown on. What did he say? What you do now, if you do what is hard now, your life will be easier later. Daddy, this is your favorite. I can't understand what you're saying. This is your favorite part of the Grinch. I'm coming, yeah. Oh, I'm coming. The Grinch is on. Let me go in here to see the Grinch. If you do what is hard now, your life will be easier later. I'm telling you to do that. It was hard for me. What's hard for me? What is hard? Paying down what I do that I consider hard. Paying down extra on your principal. Years ago, I paid down extra on my principal. Now I'm seeing mortgages getting paid off. So now we're getting more cash flow. That is hard. So later, but if you do what's easier, paying the minimum payments on your credit card, paying the minimum payments on your mortgages, your life will be harder later. Let's just keep that in mind as you go through life. As I'm matriculating, thank you, Hampton University, I'm noticing that life is bigger than real estate. Real estate is a big part for me, and I'm sure for you too. But life has so much things that I just want to thank God for my health and my family's health, because we're one sickness away from the poorhouse, right? We're one sickness away from losing everything. Thank God for our health and allowing me to pour into you. Okay, I've been with you for an hour and a half. I'm done. Last question, Forever Noble. My mom wants to get rid of her property. I told her I would take over the deed because it was an upside down mortgage. That's smart. What's the best way to transfer besides quitclaim? Forever Noble. Okay, quitclaim is different for a family member. You know where that's coming from, but still, just do a trust. Deed it out of her name into a trust. Get a trustee, and you are the new beneficiary, and it's over. Forever Noble. I recommend using trust for every transfer. Don't waver. Do not waver with this. You know what? This is just my recommendation. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, good or bad. This is what I do. It works for me, and it's worked for my mentors and colleagues. Yes, good night. I'll email you the documents. I'm going to email you the documents once you satisfy the investment. I'll email it to you. Evan 076 right now. How do you buy a house with a trust? How do you buy a house with a trust? You got to have the documents, brother. I guess you're Evan M076. How do you buy a house with a trust? You get the trust document, which I went over earlier. And you got the warranty deed to trustee. You walk into the title company, you say, I want to do this. These are my documents. You give it to them, and it's over. You know, you can have your own doc. Don't let these people tell you, or an attorney or a title company say that they have to prepare the documents. All they're going to do is go in the back, pull up Microsoft Word, just like I'm doing. And I paid for thousands of dollars for my trust. Good God, years ago. These trusts, when I first got them, they were thousands. You know, the prices have come down. I'm giving them to you for a tenth of what I'm paying for them. They're going to go, the title company, the attorney is going to go, pull up Word, change the information, a little bit of stuff, hit print, give it to you, charge you $700. I've seen it happen, you know. And don't take my word for it. Try to use an attorney. I don't recommend you to, but I encourage you try to use an attorney and see what they have. At the closing, you can do your own documents. No, there is no law that says you have to use an attorney's documents. You don't have to use their stuff, okay? But if it's gonna keep you up at night for having your own docs, feel free to use their stuff. I can't help you with that. Yes, Eleanor, the title company attorneys, they'll rob you. Type of contracts. All right, God bless you. Want to say goodbye, Bubba? Say goodbye. What do you want them to do, Bubba? What do you want them to do?
Subscribe.
Talk to the people. Subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to our channel. Watch your foot. I'm gonna bust your toe. Okay, guys. God bless you. Subscribe. Chris Haskins. Get the docs. It'll be over in about 5 minutes. I'll email it to you. Peace.
Bye bye.
Golly.